Welcome to yet another episode of PE Theory Class for Secondary Students. We are still at Unit 1 discussing about planning in sports. And for today, we will be having a discussion about the tournaments. We will be able to identify and understand what are the different types of tournaments and formats. We also needs to find out what are the important terms and key terms in understanding fixture. Let's get started. What is tournament? A tournament is defined as a game or contest or matches or maybe a series of series of contests and matches played among team or player to determine the winner. You must be wondering, like when you were watching sports on television or on the internet, when you are following one team and it so happened that this team get lost from the game and the result is they will be out of the tournament, while on a different scenario another team is again lost from the tournament but still are getting second, third, or fourth chances. Why so? Why this team on a different scenario, the moment that they got lost from the match, they are automatically got out of the tournament, while others on a different scenario, they got lost but still getting their chances. It is because of the tournament. We have different format and structured according to its purpose, according to the duration, according to the cost. Duration means if, like for example, Olympics, we know that Olympics is happening every 4 years. And before that, there is some sort of elimination by its zone or by its continent. Okay. We are not preparing athletes only on the specific year, but it is a 4 year preparation. So there is this preliminary rounds at their quarterfinals, zone wise. Okay. So this is the duration. Like locally, if you are planning to put up a tournament, we have to identify how much is the duration of the event. If it is a series of contests, if it is a series of game, right? Or if it is a 1 day event, if it is a 2 days event. Also, we that depends upon the tournament, that depends upon the cost, the budget and the manpower. Of course, the level, if it is national wide, if it is international wide, or maybe school wide, or inter school. So that depends. The more the smaller unit it get, the more easy and easy to handle and easy to demonstrate. Less preparation required. All right, and of course the interest. Again, we are talking about what the reason why there are different formats in making a tournament structure. Moreover, tournament is defined as a demonstration of skills or evaluation of one's performance. Of course, in a tournament, there are lots of skill demonstrations of every athletes, best of the best athletes. And also we are trying to evaluate also their performance. That's the reason why in a tournament we are giving a special event or a special prize like player of the match, like best goalkeeper, like most valuable players, because we are actually demonstrating their skill and at the same time evaluating their performance. This is also one way of motivating players and as well as influencing people to love the sports more. In a tournament, the reason why in a marketing aspect, the reason why this tournament is getting long, it's because they wanted to market it more. The longer it gets, the excitement also increases. Just to give you some idea, you must be wondering what are the top 10 most viewed sports of today. So according to this data as of March 2021, soccer or football ranked first in terms of the numbers of spectator. They have 3.5 billion spectator from all over Europe, Africa, Asia, and America. Followed by cricket on the second place, having 2.5 billion spectators or at least audience. Basketball has 2.2 billion. Fourth is field hockey. Fifth is tennis. Six is volleyball. Seven is table tennis. baseball 8, 9, American football or rugby, and 10 is golf. Just to give you some extra knowledge regarding the sports that we people majority are enjoying today, so that all throughout this presentation we will use this sport as an example. What are the types of tournaments? The first type of tournaments is knockout tournament. It is synonymous to the word single elimination or do or die thinking. You know what? When I was playing in my school, when I was high school and I was an athlete then, I whenever we have this kind of tournament, we always think that, oh, this is a do or die match. Yeah. Also, players tend to give their utmost best, their best performance. Otherwise, there is no second chance. One of the disadvantage of having this tournament is the best player gets eliminated. How and why? Because of the fixture. Say for example, top two teams in the field of football, say Brazil and Germany, or Brazil and France. Yeah, I don't have bias, but Brazil and France, for example. If you're going to put these two amazing team during the preliminary round, at the end of the day, there is only one team that will advance to the next round of competition. What happened if one team advances and one team lost? Definitely, the distribution is not going to be likely impressive, not going to be, not going to be fair. Okay, so this is one of the disadvantages because of the fixture allotment. Best team gets eliminated. But there is a solution that I'm going to discuss it later. Well, if we do have this advantage, we have advantage by having this tournament. We can save time. We can save costs. If we are looking into a cost-effective sporting event for a shorter period of time, then this knockout tournament is good for everybody. It's easy to handle because it's knockout tournament. The other type of this is the first tournament, the knockout one was my example. If you are following one team, for example, if you're watching it on television and if they got lost from the match and if they got out from the tournament, they go home, probably they are using a knockout tournament system. The second is what we call league or round robin. In this type of tournament, uh, the players or the team play the allotted fixed number of match. So in league, they will be grouped according to or according to its pools or according to their group. Commonly, there are four different pools like pool A, B, C. And in pool A, there are number of teams. Well, again, commonly, like in pool A, there are four. For example, in pool A, there are four teams. In every pool, there are four teams. Team A, B, C, D. So this team A, if we are following this league, this team A has to play with team B, has to play with team C, and has to play with team D. The idea of following this league or round robin is a player or a team gets to play with all the team regardless that win or lost. All right? So, if we will try to allot the number of games, for example, we at the end of the season, a team or a player needs to play at least eight games. So 8 games means 2 rounds of playing round robin. So a team and a player needs to keep on playing and playing and playing. And at the end of the allotted fixed number of matches, whoever will rank first and second in every pool will get to advance to the quarterfinal rounds. So this is what's the principle of league and round robin. In each pool, a player or a team gets to play as to the number of the matches fixed for them, and after that they will be ranking They will be ranked according to the number of wins. Yeah, that's my third point here. In this round, it needs a lot of money if you are on a marketing side, if you are providing sponsorship. It also need more time, yeah, because imagine pool there are so many matches going on, and definitely you would be needing a lot of facilities because if pool A is using this venue, in order for you to finish it on time, pool B has to conduct their match on the another venue and all, like in tennis. Like for example, in tennis, during the preliminary, you must be wondering court 1 is different from court 2, different court 3. And after this preliminary, those top best of the best and on the top of the ranking, they will advance to the second round of competition. So this is how this round robin goes. Okay? And the third is the combination of both, okay? It could be knockout then league, or others are following league first, then knockout game. Others are doing knockout, league, knockout. So this is obviously for the large number of team with a given time allotment or time slot. Like for example, if you're going to conduct a sports tournament having 20 teams, okay, 20 teams. So if you wanted to first trim it down, best of the best,
It's
what
2
you,
o'clock.
what you need to do is to during the first round of or preliminary, now you can do apply the knockout basis. Then from 20 it will become 10, and from 10, if you wanted to keep doing the knockout basis, up to you, or if you wanted to go for the league tournament, it's all also up to you. It's really up to the game and the really up to the event organizer. Okay, it requires also different zones and venues because it's going to take long. And yeah, this is what the combination type of tournament is all about. Some of the important terms are fixture. Fixture refers to the program listing, which team will play with whom. Okay, fixture is with whom means the fixture defines who's going to be the team's opponent, who's where the team is going to play, when the team is going to play. So the details from venue, from the time, which event number, and whose opponent is actually defined in the fixture. Fixture is a process of arrangement the team in a very systematic order. I'm telling you, creating a fixture really requires a lot of understanding. And that would be on the second part of this video. Today, we will try to define and recognize what are the important terms that we need to do. And the next part, I'm going to help you in understanding how to create a fixture. Hit. Hit is used mostly in athletics and in swimming. Most sports that bounds against time. Yeah. So hit is using, like for example, in 25-meter freestyle. In 25-meter freestyle, if you only have limited lanes, like for example, you have a 6 pull lanes and you do have 20 swimmers in that specific event. Okay. Again, the event is 25 meters. You have only 6 lane, and if you're going to divide it into how many? 4 hits. Okay. It's if you wanted to easily remember what is the synonymous for hit in athletics and swimming, it would be like batch. Okay. So first batch, you can have five. Okay. You can have 5 swimmers. Remember, you have 6 pull lanes. Okay. Then record the time. Second batch, another five. Third batch, another five, another five. Okay. Now, at the end of the fourth and final hit, what you need to do is to rank all the time records. Okay. Whoever will come first, second, third, and that's the winner. Now, there must be some misunderstanding if for example, on the second hit, if an athlete comes first on that hit, presumably this athlete will going to think, oh, I came first, I will be getting a gold medal. Without the player realizing that we are ranking their time record. It happened to me when I was a coach in swimming. So my student before did the same. He came first. Okay, came first on the heat. So we kind of expecting, but then again we ended up having third position. But nevertheless, it's still okay. Okay, again, when you say hit, it's kind of batch. Same with athletics. If you have a limited number of track lanes, say you got only 8, and in 100 meter dash, all the participants are 20 in total. So you have to divide it, you know, by hit. Like in the first hit, how many runners are going to having 8 number of hit. Yeah. So it's by batch. The word tie or fixture is most commonly in tennis or in badminton in other sports. Okay. And of course, the word by, this is very important. By in sport means that the team is not required to play in the primary or the first round of elimination. Once again, a buy is an advantage. Is advantage where a team does not require to play during the first round. Let me speak something more about buy. Okay. Like for example, if you are 7 team, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. A buy is determined if point number one, if there is an even distribution of teams. If in this case we have 7. So if you're going to partner team 1 to team 2, they will be game 1, team 3, team 4, game 2, team 5 and 6, game 3. But how about team 7? Okay? So we have to apply the buy rules. Okay? Now also, point number 2, in determining the buy, we need to separate pooling of the previous winner. It so happened that the previous winner and runner up are getting the chance of becoming a buy. For example, in a football tournament under 15, we are 10 participating school. School A comes champion and school C comes runner up, A and C. Now, the following year, next year, they will become buy 1 and buy 2. Yeah? Now, depending upon the number of fixture, I mean, depending upon the number of teams, if the number of team requires 2 buys, then the champion and the runner-up will be definitely going to be buy 1 and 2. If the number of team requires 3 number of buy, we'll go for the next runner-up, okay, or the second runner-up. If they require 4 buys because of the number of teams, then it will be the third runner-up. So this is how we determine the buys. Okay? And point number 3 is to avoid one team from playing one more matches. You know, in the sports, if you are following a fixture, you will notice that it is evenly distributed. Not a single team is going to play unfairly. Okay? So by having a fixture and following the buy system, players are getting a very fair chance to play amongst everybody. So to cut it short, a buy is an advantage, one. Second, a buy is a team or player that does not require to play during the first round and elimination. And in determining the buy, we are following the buy system. If the number of team is uneven or odd number of team, in this case it's 7. And normally or not normally, but it is has been a rule of thumb that the previous winner and runner up are getting the chance to become a buy. So the second part I am going to teach you because there is a formula of getting a buy depending upon the number of teams. So for every team, there is a different formula of getting a buy. That I'm going to teach you on the next part or the second part of this video. The other term that we need to understand is seeding. Seeding is the process in which team will be placed in such a manner that good teams have ranked a previous year position that is distributed properly. In my example, like Brazil and France. Okay. For example, we know that, like for example, last year's winners is Brazil, runner up is France. After runner up third place or bronze medal is, for example, Germany, and come fourth place, say for example, Portugal. All right. So if the fixture requires two seedings, then it will be the champion and the runner-up. Seeding in a very simple context is because of the skill and how good the ranking of this team is from the previous year. They are being seeded to quarterfinals. Means to say, in other words, they will go straight to the quarterfinal. If you're going to see my example here on the upper part portion, they have two seeded team. Yeah. So all the seeded team will advance on the quarterfinals directly. They don't need to go and play on the first elimination and the second round of elimination. They will automatically advance to the third round. So this is how the fixture works. Okay? So in any international competition, this happens. This really happens. Okay? To one, why? Because of for us to determine the best team, and of course because we wanted to keep all the good teams towards the latter part of the competition. We don't want good team to be eliminated during the first two round of elimination. So this is how the structured is being formed. On the second part of this video, I am going to teach you how to make a single elimination fixture having five number of team, seven number of team, eight number of team, both odd and even number of team. I am also going to teach you how to make a league fixture following bye system and following this seeding system. So I shall see you next video. Thank you.